Hey everyone, it's Jason. This is, at least for now, the final video for the Marvel United. This is a Kickstarter exclusive box with all the special Kickstarter characters, the heroes, the villains, everybody. What's even cooler is they put every single character on the outside of the box, minus two that were added at the very end, so they weren't on there, and KANG, who was also like one of the last ones added. But yeah, everybody else is on here. It's really cool. I bought this. I had my wife go through and try and name every character, which is really fun to watch. And she's like, "We should be recording this." And I was like, "If you were really messing up, it would have been funnier." But she knew most of them. Which I'm not like super shocked by. Just because I've been in the comic books forever. And she just learns this stuff from crap I say and stuff. And lots of these are fairly recognizable characters. So like a few she couldn't figure out were ones that, aren't as recognizable as other ones. Or aren't in a lot of things, like Spider-Man 2099. Hasn't been in any of the movies. Plus it's not his classic costume. Or Dormammu. So if you haven't played like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or you didn't recognize him from the movie, because in the movie he was a big giant floaty head, stuff like that. Some of them are really tiny, like little tiny Mockingbird down there, or Shang-Chi. But yeah, definitely awesome. And then on the back here, they actually just show every character, who they all are, who you all get. Now, what's weird about this is the Kickstarter exclusive box. You obviously require the game so you can mix and match any of these characters together. But not all of these characters are Kickstarter exclusive characters. I would guess roughly like 75-80% of them are Kickstarter exclusive. There are some that aren't. At least when they listed them. And I'm assuming it's because they plan to do a couple other expansions at some point, or want the ability to release those characters. But it was still odd on some of the ones they chose not to be exclusive, and some that are exclusive. So who knows? Plus they have 1, 2, 3, 4 other regular expansions to release first that aren't Kickstarter exclusive, before they even do that. So here we have the big box, which is going to show all the different characters and what order they go in. And then this side is going to show the other one. And then it has 2 separate ones for Adam Warlock and Yondu, because they came separately. So I got them in these little tiny boxes, because they were just released later on, or however they did that. But they wanted to make sure you had room for them. So here we have some extra KO tokens. We have some counters. Not sure what all of those do. We have all the villain dashboards. Plus we have all of the decks. So many decks to go through. Look at how thick each one of these are. So this will probably definitely be like a 2-parter video. Or a really long 1-parter video. We'll kind of see how that goes. So I'm just going to go through the villain cards to start with. And we'll see what we got. So, we're going to start with Venom. Alright. I do like on the side of all the boxes. I haven't showed this off. But the side of all the boxes show all the characters and all their names. Which is a really cool thing they did. Alright, so Venom. When a hero is KO'd, Venom doesn't activate his BAM effect. Instead, he plays another Master Plan card. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location, 2 if they have any crisis tokens, then each hero there gains 1 crisis token. If 1 or more hero thug tokens can't be added to this location, 1 hero gets 1 crisis token. Villainous plot. The heroes lose when all heroes are out of the game. A hero is out of the game when they accumulate this number of crisis tokens. Interesting, so he just removes people right from the game. I wonder if his deck was on top, wasn't it? Yeah. So I wonder if I could... Normally in all the other videos, I just went through, I've done all the villain cards, and I'll come through and do these separate. But what I think I want to do is show off all of these cards as we go through them. Just with tying into the character, just because it's going to be much longer before we get to each one. So let's get that out of there just to help focus. So here's Venom. I'm going to see if I can see the regular playable Venom right away. Yeah. So there's also a playable Venom, a hero Venom, and a villain Venom. So I just want to see the difference between those two. Because they could just easily have used the same sculpt for both. But they didn't. Definitely cool. Plus the fact is, if you have the Walmart one, you get that Venom. Just sort of neat. Alright, so there's Venom. Let's look at his deck. And then we'll do it this way, then that way their abilities are fresh right after reading their cards. So he has Infect. Give one crisis hero to any... Give one crisis to any hero's choice. Not even this location, just any hero. Organic Fangs. When taking damage, heroes in this location take one extra damage. And Shapeshifting. Heroes ending their turn in this location get one crisis token. It's all about giving up them crisis tokens. So he's got his 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s. And then we have move to the next location of any hero. Entangle. Give a crisis token to one hero in Venom's location. Then bam. Oh boy. And then it looks like he's just going to have 4 of those. Alright, well, that's not... I don't want to say that's not terrible. That sucks. Sucks to fight against. Alright, up next we have good old Rhino. So, let's see. I like to do the names if I can. Venom, Eddie Brock. Rhino. Why did I start this? I just completely forgot what the Rhino's name is. It's, oh, crap. It's a Russian name, and I can't think of it. And I just made myself look really dumb. It's like Alexov something, I think. Ah, crap. I don't remember. I'm not going to probably do that anymore, because I'm going to fail horribly. When a hero is KO'd, Rhino doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, give that hero a crisis token. Oh boy, they really need to hand out more crisis tokens. If a hero has any crisis tokens, they must play their next card face down in the storyline. Then discard all their crisis tokens. Bam. Deal damage to each hero in Rhino's location equal to the number of locations he has entered this turn. Then move all damaged heroes one location clockwise. Oh, that's neat. This is like a charge effect. If there's more tokens can't be added, draw another master plan and play it face down. Where is our... Alright, let's pull this back down. Where's our buddy Rhino? Right here. I love it. All the spiky armored Rhino versus like just the standard suit. Awesome. Alright, open field. Heroes will take damage at this location, also gain one crisis token. Which is kind of funny. It's like, if you can't dodge them in an open field, yeah, you deserve extra pain. You got a bunch of them. No cover. Heroes ending in their turn gain one crisis token. That's funny. He's just got open field and no cover. He's like, I'm just gonna run through these areas. I was hoping he had a lot more movement abilities, 2-5, but he's gonna have this. Move clockwise to the next location with any hero. So this could be 1 spot, this could be 5 spots. Which could definitely hurt. And he's just gonna have 4 of them. So Rhino's a fairly basic villain to play against. Kinda nice. They don't all need like super crazy gimmicks and everything, which is really neat. We have MODOK. MODOK stands for Machine Only... Oh crap. No, I can't remember what MODOK stands for. Designed only for killing. Oh boy. I'm a terrible comic book fan right now. Special setup. Machine design. Machine. It's not machine. Mental organism designed only for killing. There we go. Oh, jeez, I was gonna drive me nuts. And I can't remember his name. He's in the Avengers game. My name is blanking on who he is. Set aside preparation, master plan card. Place it on top of the deck after shuffling. So you get that one first. Special rule: when MODOK has to flip a hero card. Take the face-up hero card closest to the start of the storyline, flip it face down. Face-down cards are treated as blanks. Bam, flip one hero card. Okay. So it starts with the oldest card and goes forward. So earlier in the game, he might catch up to you a little bit. If one or more tokens can't be played, flip a hero card. If the heroes lose, all the heroes cards in the story are face down. Oh, dude, that's a very interesting mechanic. I like that. Here he is, sitting in his little chair. Little stubby legs sticking out. He's got his, like, rocket blast below him, which is holding him up. Awesome. I love it. What can good old MODOK do? MODOK has Technopathy. Heroes lose all their action tokens. If they have none or wish to keep them, flip 2 hero cards. Oh, dude, I see. That's how that's gonna work. That's how he can catch up to you. Psionic powers. Heroes starting their turn at this location must play their card face down. They get no benefit from their own card. Energy projection. Flip 1 hero card. Awesome. We got Spot. Flip as many hero cards as the number of heroes at the bottom of the last 2 hero cards in the storyline. And Chameleon. Awesome. We're getting some other characters. I love it. Deal 1 damage to a hero in this location equal to the number of fights at the bottom of the last 2 cards in this storyline. And the Living Laser. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. If there are no heroes in this location, flip 1 hero card. His movement is preparation. Okay, move to the hero starting location. That's when you start with. And then he's got his regular ones. And then he has Conscientious Transferal. As long as this card's face up in the storyline, bam, on the next card flips 1 additional hero card. Oh boy, and he's got 2 of those. Super Genius Intelligence. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1 card. Alright, you're kind of a meanie. Alright, so we got the Kingpin of Crime, Wilson Fisk. Shuffle the 6 planned tokens and place 1 on each location. Okay, so those are the little green circles we got in the box. The number spacing up. Whenever a hero is KO'd, Kingpin doesn't activate BAM. Instead, he plays another master plan. BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in Kingpin's location. Overflow, if you can't add, deal 1 damage to each hero. In Villainous Plot, the hero loses when the Kingpin has discarded all 6 plan tokens. Okay, but how does he discard them? Deal 1 damage. Plays a master plan. Alright, we'll have to see what his other cards do. And let's look at Kingpin here. It's big old bulky. Got a grumpy face. Gonna punch that Spider-Man. Or get that Daredevil. You can't really see if his cane has the diamond on top or not, which would be interesting. Alright, what's he got here? Corrupted elite thugs. Any civilian's location is immediately turned to a thug. Each villain requires 2 to be defeated. He's got Bullseye, who we also get to play as a villain. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location and both adjacent ones. Discard 1 civilian from each of those locations without heroes. Connections. As long as this threat is in play, any defeated thugs are discarded instead of being placed on the mission card. Got another one of those. And secrets, as long as the threat is in play, any resting civilians are discarded instead of being placed. Oh, that's mean. Oh, look at that. He's got 003. That's kind of a neat one. I don't look at those too often because they're really generic. Advance the plan. Place him in the location with the lowest number of plan token and discard it. Okay, so he plays one in each spot. Gotcha. And then he's going to have 4, 5. He gets 6 of those. So he gets 1 for each one. Okay, so that's how he wins. You just have to wait out and he plays all 6 of his cards. So either A, he's going to get all 6 and win that way, or it's going to be his last card and he's going to win anyhow. So he could potentially win earlier. Alright. Up next we have KANG. KANG the Conqueror. The Time Lord. So many different names. Special rule. When this hero is KO'd, KANG doesn't activate his BAM. Instead he plays another master plan. Kind of wish they just would have given that a special name. Because it's been used so many times. If KANG is in a location, deal 2 damage to each hero in KANG's location and 1 to each adjacent hero. If KANG is out of play, add 1 thug to every location. Do not add any other thugs or civilian indicated on the master plan card. Overflow. If they can't be added, add a crisis token to that location. Location with crisis tokens lose their end of turn effect. So he's kind of manipulating the world. Oh, there he is. KANG the Conqueror. He's all like proud, standing on the rocks. Come to me. Cool. Alright. That's the last one I have in this deck, so you'll find me another deck. Time Paradox. As long as this threat is in play, whenever KANG enters play, he does so with full health. Oh boy. Time Hideout. KANG cannot take any damage as long as he is in this or adjacent locations. Time Army. As long as this threat is in play, heroes ending their turn in a location with thugs take 1 damage. Alright, what are his terrible cards going to do that let him remove him from play? Alright, Time Master. If KANG is in a location, put him out of play. If KANG is out of play, put him in the location with the most heroes, then BAM. Alright, and he's going to have 4 of those, 5 of those, 6 of those. Alright. Alright, so that's KANG's thing. He pops in and out and does extra effects. Alright, up next we have HELA. Where was HELA's deck? So we're through most of the villains, not too many more, and then we'll start with all the heroes. Oh, and here's his tokens. They say playing on the back. Alright, we have HELA. Special setup. Set aside the banished master plan card and place it on top of the deck after shuffling it. HELA starts the game on the villain dashboard. Alright, special rule. HELA can't take damage as long as Fenris Wolf threat is in play. Bam. Deal 1 damage to each hero in HELA's location. Overflow. If they can't be added. If Fenris the Wolf is in play, he gains 1 additional health. May go above starting. If he's not in play, place Necrosword's threat card on the first location without a threat, if possible. Villainous plot. The heroes lose if all heroes are KO'd at the same time. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Where is HELA? There is HELA. She's, I'm gonna get you. She's got her little curlies on the cape. Big old thorny helmet. It's really cool. Alright, get back in the box. Necro Swords. Deal 1... Ooh, bam! And then deal 1 damage to a hero in this location. If there are any thugs, this location deals 2 damage instead. She's got a bunch of Necro Swords. Pretty much all Necro Swords. And then Fenris Wolf. Bam! Deal 1 damage to the hero in this location. HELA can't take any damage as long as he's in play. Oh, that card gives him more health. Here's her Banish card. HELA will enter play when resolving her first BAM effect. Okay. Move to the location with hero with the most cards in his hand. If tied, heroes choose. She keeps moving to the hero with the most cards. Oh boy. And then you have to choose. You kind of have to choose who takes the death. That is mean. Raise Undead Army. Add 2 thugs to each location that Fenris Wolf is in play. Place his threat on the first. Place his threat card on the first clockwise location with no threat. She gets to move around even. And she got a couple of those. Alright, that's definitely different and interesting. Raises a little army. Alright, up next we have Dormammu, Doctor Strange baddie. Special setup. 2 players. Remove 2 random ritual plan cards. 3, remove 1 random. And 4, no changes. Alright. Ooh, he's got a board. I like the tracks. So far I've only had 2 other characters. Red Skull and... who was the other one? Proxima Midnight. I thought more characters would have these tracks because it was kind of a thing introduced in the first, the base game. Dormammu can never be damaged. However, he is defeated after his last master plan is resolved. When 2 missions are completed, remove the top card of the master plan deck from the game. When a hero is KO'd, Dormammu doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he advances the ritual track by the number of heroes. BAM. Deal 2 damage to each hero in his location. Overflow. If you can't, advance the track by 1 for each token you couldn't add. So it's a lot like Red Skulls in that sense. Track reaches 20, heroes lose. Awesome, but you can't damage him. That's definitely a different thing. Alright, where is Dormammu? Right here. Big old flaming skull head. So, he's really posed back raw. He's really cool. Alright, let's look at his deck. The Dark Dimension. Each thug in this location requires 2 to be defeated. Banishment. Each hero or civilian in this location requires an extra star to be rescued. In Elemental Control, heroes take 1 extra damage. Alright, pretty standard. He's really reminiscent of the Red Skull, which is funny because he's like a flaming skull versus a red skull. But yeah, his effects seem really close to that. Alright, so he has some rituals here. Increase the ritual track by the number of civilians and thugs in Dormammu's location. He's got 2 of them. He's like the first 2 do thugs. Yeah, thugs, civilians. So he's got 4 of them. Interesting. A little bit different gameplay. Kind of seems almost like an easier mode. We have CORVUS GLAIVE, the missing member of the Black Order, the Children of Thanos. You could definitely swap him out for one of those. Special rule, when a hero is KO'd, they get a KO token. Alright, so that's another person that uses those. Deal damage to each hero in CORVUS GLAIVE's location. Overflow, deal 1 damage to each hero in that location. Villainous plot. Heroes lose when they have a number of KO tokens equal to the number of heroes. I think the other one, you just had to have 4, and this one specifies it that way. So I don't know if there's a reasoning why they did it like that. But here we have CORVUS GLAIVE. Oh boy, he looks mean. He's got a special spear that keeps him alive. That would have actually been a neat mechanic. Like, you can't damage him unless you remove the threat that was one of his spears. Well, it actually could be one of his cards in here. Being that I haven't went through his card yet. Dangerous terrain. Heroes that take 1 damage in this location take an extra damage. Hidden traps. Heroes that end their turn take 1 damage. Oh boy, yeah, he's going to KO guys left and right. Civilians in peril. Discard all civilians from this location. If any are discarded this way, play another master plan card after resolving the current one. So, that would have been a neat thing just comically, because I believe his thing is he can't die unless his spear is destroyed. Or maybe he can only be killed by a spear, something like that. So it would have been neat if they would have effect, like, you can't hurt him until you remove his spear as one of the threat cards. Glaive attack. Move clockwise to the next location with only one hero and deal 2 damage to them. If there are no such locations, do not move and deal 1 damage to each hero. Oh, that is mean. Because you can't really do anything. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes. Slaughter. Deal 1 damage to each hero in his location. Alright, yeah, so he's just a damage guy. Oh boy. Oh. Alright, up next we have Cletus Tacity, Carnage. Oh goody, we have another track. I love tracks. They're my favorite. Some need to be sarcastic. I like the idea. It was a neat thing they added, and I was just when the fact is, like, one other character had it, and so far it's 3 of them that have it are Kickstarter exclusive characters. Is a pretty odd thing. Special rule: whenever a hero is KO'd, increase the spawn track by 1. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Carnage location, then place a crisis token above each civilian there. If 1 or more token can't be added, discard all civilian crisis tokens from a location with the most civilians, first clockwise in the case of a tie. For each civilian with a crisis token that is discarded, increase the spawn track by 1. When the spawn track reaches 10, heroes lose. Ooh boy. Nice little timer in there. Where's our boy Carnage? That's awesome. Little spirals around his feet. He's got tentacles everywhere. Like the veins all over his body. I love it. I love the detail, all the teeth. Alright. Almost out of villains. Alright. Symbiote Ambush. Each civilian in this location requires an extra hero to be rescued. Got 3 of them. Ooh, Carnage Offspring. Awesome with the absolute Carnage characters. Place 1 crisis token above 1 civilian in this location. If present, add civilians to this location, then deal 1 damage to each hero here. Oh boy. He's probably got 3 of those. Yeah. Alright. Spawn of Evil. Move clockwise to the next location with the most civilians. Add 1 civilian to every location. And he's just got 4 of them. Because, yeah, he can do some devastating stuff with them. They're harder to remove. Oh, boy. Alright, we have Bullseye. Lester is his name, I believe. Special rule: when a hero is KO'd, Bullseye doesn't activate. Bam, hero gets a KO token. Ooh, another guy that uses KO tokens. Deal 1 damage to each hero in both locations adjacent to Bullseye. If you can't play any tokens, heroes losing they have a number of tokens equal to the number of heroes. Okay, so Bullseye seems like, at least from that standpoint, he seems kind of like an easier character. Which is good. They had to make some characters a little bit easier. So here it shows him throwing some knives. It's really cool. All the pouches, like 50,000 pouches. So he can carry whatever he needs to carry. Alright, so then we have the last deck. In this deck, now I gotta go find the last character, last villain. Hiding place. If Bullseye is in this location, he cannot take any damage. Striking Unseen. Heroes that take damage at the location take 1 extra damage. As long as this threat is in play, heroes cannot defeat Bullseye nor win the game by any means. Diversion. Well, that's cool, because he can't even win with the alternate effect from Guardians. 2s, some 3s, some 4s, some 5s. What is his specialty? Move clockwise to the location with no heroes. Deal 2 damage to each hero in both locations adjacent to Bullseye. Nice. Doesn't move. Impossible shot. Deal 2 damage to each hero in the location opposite of Bullseye. And then this one moves in 1, and then he does the same thing. Alright. That's Bullseye for you. That's interesting. So we have one more villain, but we have to find their deck. Right there. Awesome. Right on top. Baron Zemo. Same Zemo that's in the Captain America Civil War movies. Alright, we have Baron Zemo here, who has special rule. A hero and any crisis tokens at the end of their turn must use each of these tokens to cover one symbol at the bottom of the card they played this turn, keeping any leftovers. Symbols covered by crisis tokens do not grant actions. Deal 1 damage to one hero in Baron Zemo's location. Give 1 crisis token to the hero closest to it. If you can't be added, give 1 crisis token to a hero closest to it, going clockwise, and in case of a tie, heroes decide. I like that they added more cards with crisis tokens, because the base set, didn't seem like they were used that much. So here's Baron Zemo holding up his sword. He's got a little, like, tufts on his pant legs and his shoulders. Definitely neat. Alright, let's look at his cards. Ooh, we got Beetle. One of the Masters of Evil, essentially. Or the Thunderbolts. Discard 1 thug from this location. Beetle can be defeated by using 2 heroes in a single turn. Fixer. Discard 1 civilian. Can be defeated by using 2 heroes in a single turn. Goliath. Discard. Deal 2 damage to a hero that's located. Can be defeated by playing 3 heroics. Moonstone. Deal 2 damage to each hero in this location. Deal 1 damage to each hero in each adjacent location. And Screaming Mimi. Deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. Screaming Mimi can be defeated by using 2 heroics. Masters of Evil. As long as this threatened played, henchmen cannot take any damage. So you can't take damage, but you can use their other cards to heroicize them. So move clockwise to the hero most civilians. Discard Citizen V. Discard all thugs and civilians in Zemo's location. And then Thunderbolts. Add 3 thugs to the location, and then bam. So this is kind of interesting because it has some stuff in here about the Thunderbolts, which is Baron Zemo grabbed some Masters of Evil, gave them heroic identities to take place of when all the Avengers and Fantastic Four disappeared during the Heroes Reborn story. And then their idea is to get everyone's trust, and then they can slowly start doing evil behind the scenes. But then most of them decided they liked being heroes. So that's his card. Beetle actually became Mach 5. And they kept changing his number. So it's interesting because they call him Beetle and they show him Beetle, but he has that's what the heroic thing is, or basically turn him hero. Fixer was originally a different character. This is his Thunderbolts version. I can't think of who he was before. Goliath here, this is his Atlas costume. That's who he became. Moonstone was this is her, I think this is her Moonstone costume. But that's weird, because she doesn't have the heroic thing. And then Screaming Mimi here is Songbird. And that's her heroic version. So it's kind of odd that they had some with their heroic versions and some not. A little bit different. Alright, that's all the villains. We still have a ton of heroes to go through. But they'll go a lot quicker because they don't have their extra cards to read and all that. So I'll probably just do that in a little part 2 video. So check out part 2 yourself.